Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Rachel-Yvonne Radio. My name is Rachel-Yvonne, and on this show, we talk about all things that help you become the most divine, feminine version of yourself. So stay tuned and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Hi, everyone. Hi, Instagram. Hi, Facebook. Hi, YouTube. I hope everybody's doing well and having the most amazing day. And even if you're not having the most amazing day, I want you to decide that this is going to be the best day of my life. I'm about to head out the door in just a few moments. I've got to sing somewhere today. But before I do, I just wanted to spend 5 minutes talking about this topic, your divine femininity. I'm going to go through, I'm going to very quickly begin to dispel a few myths that we might have about femininity and about women. And then I'm also going to give you a few other keys that I want you to understand. So if you would like to let other people know about this, please hit the share button. On Instagram, it is the arrow at the bottom of the screen, the little envelope. You can go ahead and send that to somebody else. And then on Facebook and YouTube, you know how to hit that share button and let other people know that we are live. Happy Saturday to everybody. I pray that you are doing well. So I want to talk about something. I have been feeling this way for some time. And then most recently, I got this like amazing confirmation, this amazing download of what femininity really is and how we as women get to enhance our divine femininity every single day in the way that we show up, in the way that we live, in the way that we speak, in the way that we just are as women. And so, just before we get started, I would love for you guys to say hello. Please say hello in the comments. Let me know that you can hear me and you can see me and that everything is going well. For some reason, I can't see what's going on YouTube and Facebook, but that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and just continue because I'm excited to kind of broach this topic and to really move into this. And I think because we're in the holiday season. Thanksgiving was on Thursday for those who are American and those who celebrate Thanksgiving. And then we're moving into the holiday season now. Officially, we are in holiday season. And then we move into the new year. And also, because the new year is when my birthday is right at the beginning of January, I always have this sense of renewal. I always have this sense of beginning to talk about what I'm going to do next year. Hi, what I'm going to do next year and the following years and the next season of my life, etc. And it becomes very real for me, which is probably why I feel super fired up about it. So, first of all, femininity is not monolithic. It is not one size fits all. Every single woman is not going to desire to do certain things that we have become accustomed to saying are feminine. So, for example, some people will be like, well, dresses are feminine, or wearing makeup is feminine, or being modest is feminine, or whatever. All the things. People have all sorts of conceived notions about femininity. And whilst those things can help you in your journey, that is not what femininity is. First of all, every single woman is feminine. And this is the other revelation that I have come to, and it has shown up in confirmation in so many different ways over the last 7 days. And I just had to come on and share this with you. First of all, there is no such thing as a masculine woman. That is another thing that I have just come to the awareness of. And honestly, I know I'm going to lose a lot of you because you're going to be like, oh, that's not true. What about this? What about that? But actually, what I've realized is that this is true. That every single one of us as women, and I'm mostly speaking to women, and for the gentlemen that do watch the streams, this is for you to know so that you can empower the women in your life as well as you can raise great daughters and, of course, be an amazing husband. So, femininity is not monolithic. Everybody's version of femininity is not going to look the same. Of course, because I am based in a Western culture, I was born in Great Britain. I was raised in England. I went to school in various places in America, lived in England too. And so I have a mostly Western view of things. So therefore, the way that we see things is going to be through the lens by which we were taught. Okay. And that means that my version of what it looks like to be divinely feminine looks different to yours if you were from a different culture. But the most important thing, and this is what I want you to take away from this, is being rather than doing. Don't get so caught up in the externals because let me tell you something. When you are your most authentic self from your heart, then it will flow out to how you behave, to how you speak, to how you dress. It will flow out. You won't have to put it on. It will just be who you are. You will make decisions from that place because it's just who you are. Let me just pause for a second to let you know that my holiday sale is currently on. My holiday sale is currently on and it is an amazing sale. I have three things that are available. One of them is a bundle, and in the bundle you have some of my best teachings, ebooks in one bundle. Then I have my Divine Feminine Essence coaching days where I meet you one-on-one anywhere in the world, and we spend a day together diving deep on a few things, and you'll see much transformation from that. So I have that on sale. And the third thing I have on sale currently is my membership, which God has just been downloading to me so much stuff for the membership. But when you join the membership, you will automatically receive, like, I don't know, 50 hours of teachings as soon as you join. So those are my three things I have on sale right now. And the doors for that will be open for a little bit longer. We'll see what how I feel spiritually. I'm kind of like listening to what God is saying in this season, and then I'll know when I should close the doors. But those are the few things that I've got on sale. The link is in my bio. It's in the description box for those on YouTube. It's in the bio on Instagram, and I'll post it in the comments on Facebook. So first of all, we said that already about your awareness of who you are is what makes you divinely feminine. And if you're writing notes, I want you to write that down. My awareness of who I am is what makes me divinely feminine. It is about being true to yourself. But what version of yourself? Your truest version of yourself is the most divine, abundant version of yourself. Now, of course, because of socialization, because of your experiences, relationships in the past, traumas, victories, and all those things, everything in your life, promotions, degrees, etc., all the things that you've received in your life will change what authenticity looks like, because we end up sometimes molding into people that we're around, or cultures we're in, or churches we go to, faith places that we visit, families we're in. We end up molding into what their view of femininity is and culture's view. However, when you look at your God story, so what is it that you believe God has told you? What has God showed you? This could be through dreams, prophetic words, coincidences that are unusual, knowing in your heart that this is who you are. Those are the things that help to give you confirmation. And so when we look from the biblical text, and obviously everything I say is always filtered through a biblical lens, because that's my core values. Okay. So, biblical femininity, when we think about divine femininity, it's about being relational, it is about showing vulnerability, it is about beauty, it is about responsiveness, and it is about being nurturing. So, these are the concepts. And of course, this is a very short live, but I'm going to go a bit deeper. Maybe later tonight, I might come back on and do this properly. But I wanted to give you a taste and give you something to go and pray about and something to meditate on for a few moments. And so when we are at our truest self, that is when we become authentically feminine. So you do not have to worry about masculine energy or masculine tendencies in yourself when you are your most authentic self. I have a YouTube video, and I think I have a reel as well, where I talk about wounded femininity. And when you heal those parts of yourself, you will start to see that things shift dramatically in your life. That's why your mindset is the most important thing. How you think about yourself. The Bible says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. As a queen thinks in her heart, so is she. So you have to understand that how I think will show up directly in how I am. So who are you being today? What are your thought processes have led you to this point? And I don't know if you can sense the excitement in my voice, but I have felt a shift even in my own self, in my body, in my spirit. And I just feel like this fire um that you know what, for a few weeks it was feeling like I was doing something wrong. I felt like there was like a disconnect. Not a, no, not a disconnect is not the right word. But I was feeling as though I wasn't on the right path and I was getting a little bit confused about certain things. But then I reminded myself that the circumstances do not tell me what I'm supposed to do in my life. We do not run our life by circumstances. We live by faith. We live by being, by knowing. Know that you were divinely created. So when you know this, you realize that even if the circumstances don't look as good as you would like them to look, it literally has nothing to do with what is going on in my life. Exactly. Your beliefs will become a predictor for your behavior. And so femininity is about being rather than doing. And so even though there are things you can do, don't make it about the doing. Make it about the being. People ask me all the time, I don't want to be masculine energy. I don't want to do this. And I'm just like, no, what you need to do is learn to be yourself. When you are yourself, you won't have to worry about masculine energy in your life. You won't have to worry about those things. It will become of non effect because it won't have any place because it's not your natural way of being. And I'm telling you this over and over again that when you don't know who you are, the Bible puts it this way, that you'll be swayed by every wind of doctrine. You won't know who you are. You'll go by what this influencer says, and this person's doing in their marriage, and this pastor said this, and this blah 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 said that, and this is what femininity is, and I'm this and I'm that. And it's like, no, I'm working on a sermon right now that I'm going to be preaching in a couple of weeks, which is remember who you are. And I think that women, when you remember who you are, and for the men watching this, I want you to speak to your queen and remind her who she is. Remind her of all the things that you love about her. Remind her of all of the things that make her the woman that you have chosen so that she will know exactly what that feels like and what that sounds like. And ladies, I want you to speak to yourself and honor the God in you, honor the path that God has set you on. There was a prophetic word that was given to me during the pandemic, 2020, and I listened to it about 2 weeks ago. And it was given by like a really famous, prophet or whatever. And at the time, I couldn't quite understand. So I followed through with what he said, and it felt like the right time. But then what I thought was going to happen didn't happen. But now I realize that the time is now for the fulfillment of what he said. And so I want you to understand, number one, I said already, is that femininity is not monolithic. And even though there may have been times previously in teachings that I've shared where I have expressed certain things, I remember I have always said that it's not one size fits all. But I can and have done in the past given tips on external things that you can do in order to embrace it. But however, the main thing is being rather than doing, being true to your highest self. So not just like your random, wounded, trauma driven, bitter, unhappy. No. This is why, and I'll give you one last Bible quote. The Bible says, seek first the kingdom and then all these things will be added. So first of all, you have to seek what the things are that are God, and then everything will be added to you. And the final thing I'll say as well is that stop trying to people please as it relates to who you are to the point of self abandonment, where you no longer know who you are, where you are giving up parts of yourself that were never meant to be given up. And I'm going to end with one of my favorite quotes, which, if you've had, I think I have a ebook like from years ago called The Basics of Femininity or something. And I wrote this quote in there, and I was reminded of it when I was doing some research and study this morning from Matthew Henry. And it says this: the woman was made of a rib out of the side of Adam, not out of his head to rule over him, not out of his feet to be trampled by him, but out of his side to be equal with him, under his arm to be protected, and near his heart to be beloved. You, women and men, are two halves of a divine God. So when we show up fully, and I know this is really good, but I'm going to do this like I'm going to finish this later, probably later on tonight, or maybe tomorrow. I might jump in tomorrow. When you understand that when you show up fully as yourself, and again, not your random self, not your unhealed self, not your trauma driven self, not your insecure self, but your most loved, secured, knowing and being version of yourself, as what I like to call the divine woman or the dream woman, the woman of your own dreams. When you show up as her, nothing is impossible, because that's what it looks like to be with God. Do you see this? Is what I'm saying making sense? Is there something in what I'm saying that is landing for you? Type yes in the comments for me right now. Whether you are, let me see if I can see. I can't see any comments for some reason. Type a yes for me if you're understanding what I'm saying today, just so I can get a sense of some engagement here today. Not seeing any comments, but hopefully, okay, yep, I'm seeing a yes. Okay, great, great, great. So that's what I wanted to release over you today, just very briefly, and then I will do this properly. I promise you, properly. I will do this properly for you later. Okay. And then I do want to remind you, of course, of my holiday sale, which is on right now. I have 3 things that are available, and you're going to want to get into at least one of them or all of them. If you want to get into all of them, message me and I will do a bundle deal for all 3. But you have to message me. The first thing I have available is a bundle of teachings and ebooks, all my best ones. Well, I say best because I don't really have best, because I get better and better every day. But all my teachings and books, not all of them, but some of them. There's one bundle. The second thing is my Divine Feminine Essence days, where I meet you one-on-one anywhere all over the world, and we spend a day going deep on all of these things, whatever you desire. We get clear on those things, we break through different things that you might be going through, and we set a course for changing history. And then the third thing is my membership. So if you want to join the membership's amazing. Even though I do say so myself, then you can join those things. They are on sale right now. And if you go to the link in my bio, you will see it on Instagram, link in the comments on Facebook, and also in the description on YouTube. So I got to be quick because I've got to literally run out the door right now. But I will be back to continue this. But I had to let go of something that was on my spirit and really had to let you guys know. All right. I love you all so much. And it is my desire that you would be your most authentic version of yourself, period. That you will not abandon who you are, that you will not allow yourself to conform to what everybody else is doing, what everybody else's opinions are. Because I'm telling you, when you show up for yourself, then everybody who is to be magnetized to your true essence will be drawn to you. That's why those relationships haven't worked out. That's why that marriage didn't work out. That's why that business deal didn't work out. It's because you weren't showing up fully as yourself. But when you honor who you truly are, you say yes to only things that were meant for you, and we reject everything that is not. So I sincerely pray that this has been a blessing, and I will come back again and complete this. But make sure you get something in the sale today. All right, love you guys. Bye bye.